We're starting off with some pre-show matches, as we have Rikishi take on K-Quick. Sadly, R-Truth is not, well, K-Quick is not the 24/7 gold yet. He will be, just not yet. So we only get to 42. We all know that prime 2020 R-Truth is pulling hundreds. But Rikishi 54, he gets the win by submission, so we're saying he stand on it. Dean Malenko and William Regal had a very good match. Probably should have been on the main show, but I just wanted to put them on there because they weren't doing anything. And then Raven, much better than Crash Shoulder, as I expected from Raven. We start off with a 6-man tag, just a good way to open the show. Taz and Edge and Christian take on Rhino and the APA, and Taz and Edge and Christian win. With Vince McMahon, he's coming down to the ring. Look at me, he proclaims. Austin and Triple H are dominating. My biggest ever competition is kaput. All of you, regardless of what you think, keep giving me the money. There is nothing that can stop me. We're going to move on to a tag match between the Hardy Boys and the Right to Censor. Right to Censor are pretty shit, but Jeff Hardy's already insanely good. Pulled an 81 and 66 from Matt. Good match. Then Chris Jericho and Bubba Ray Dudley, they're going at it. Bubba's like, Devon, get the tables, and Jericho's telling him to shut up and how he should have kept his fat ass back in Philadelphia. So they have a match, which is won by Jericho. Jericho's so good, 82, damn. And then Big Show and Scotty Toddy didn't click, so bad match there. But The Undertaker is called out by Test. He calls out The Undertaker. He doesn't care about the American Badass. He can deal with Triple H another time. But today he will lose. By the way, he will be losing to Test. He does not. The Undertaker defeats Test. Oh, that's weird. Tori Wilson is Test manager. But that's weird. I thought they would be on the same. Gonna have to look into that. And we have Eddie Guerrero losing to Kurt Angle. The injury really hurt that match. That should have been a much better match. And now it doesn't progress the story. Basically, Eddie Guerrero, William Regal was supposed to distract the ref, allowing Eddie to hit a classic I lie, I cheat, I steal, hit the ground with the chair, throw the chair up, he faints over. That was what the match was supposed to be, but he got really badly injured. We then have Triple H and Kane. Kane calls out Triple H and he demands an Intercontinental title match, which he loses. Triple H is 91. So yeah, win there for Triple H. Then, they're standing over, there's Kane supposed to be in there. They're standing over Kane and they're laying the shit out of him, Attitude Era style. They're double teaming him all across the arena when the American Badass rides his motorbike down and it's now off. Kane's supposed to be in there. So 2-on-2 brawl to end the show. We got 77 because we didn't have enough storylines and it hurts the pop. Jesus. But yeah, as you can tell, the shows are going to be carried by Undertaker, Kane, Triple H, Steve Austin, and then we just need to build some better storylines around them. So yeah, that's Raw. Stay tuned to Heat. I don't know if I'll put Heat. I'll put SmackDown in, just probably not Heat. We don't have a pre-show on SmackDown as we have Heat right before this, which is basically a 1 hour long pre-show. But we start off with Rhino defeating Funaki to defend his Hardcore title. Obviously he hit a gore and killed the man. And then Rhino, he's starting to walk off and Funaki gets up and he's tapping him on the shoulder, trying to distract him. Rhino turns around and gets a roll up from Taka Michinoku and Taka wins the Hardcore title. We're having the 24/7 rule just so I can do fun, weird stuff like this. Be a new Hardcore champion. And then we go into a women's title match where China makes her first defense against Trish Stratus. Not a reason, just thought I'd get some women on the card for once. Raven with a 64 beats Hardcore Holly, 62 match. They're having a storyline. Raven doesn't like the Hollies because they're a bunch of pricks. And after the match, Hardcore Holly, he simply attacks Raven. He just elbows him in the back of the head, stomps on him and walks off. And we have the Hardy Boys, carried by Jeff again. How is that only a 54? I don't understand. But there, they win. And then DDP is here. The guy's like, what? And he talks about how, yes, WCW died, but he's still standing. So he's here. And then APA lose to Edge and Christian. 71 from Edge. 62 match. See, that should not be a 62. 69 from Jericho and Blackman. And then Regal after the match comes down and says how worthless Chris Jericho is. And how in reality, he's just a poor man's William Regal. And everyone knows it. Everyone's thinking it. He is really just a poor man's William Regal. Then we have Kurt Angle. Here's an angle. The irony. Calling out Benoit. Just talking mad shit to Benoit, basically. And then he goes and beats the Big Boss Man. And he's very good, that Kurt Angle. And in the main event, Undertaker beats Godfather. 74. Jeez, we're losing Pop. And afterwards... sorry. And then afterwards, Steve Austin, he tells the Undertaker to face him at Judgment Day for his WWF title. So it's 68, Jesus Christ. So hard to put good shows on because it gives me horrendous storylines to start with. But we move.